What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. My name is Matt Weber. Show is brought to you by Dr. Brett Friedman with Village Orthodontics and Discover Dunwoody. Got Coach here with me. Haven't talked to you in almost a year. We've tried to get together since then, but it hadn't worked out. So tell us what to expect for 2026, 2027.
Well, I mean, football wise, I think we're sitting in an exciting time. We're as like our staff are going from year one to year two, which traditionally that's when you're supposed to take the biggest jump. Our numbers are higher than they've been in a long time. I mean, since I've been here, we're getting close to 100 players in the team right now. Our coaching staff is back, so there's just a lot of continuity, which should allow us to, have some good growth. So
that's good. Yeah. My son was at your camp 2 weeks ago, and he had a blast. I think that's when last time we were going to record was right before that. But just an update. Yeah, he really enjoyed himself. I asked him before the show, like, what his favorite things were. He said he really liked the punt pass kick. So he's 10 years old. Punt pass kick, that was one of his favorites. And then he liked that you guys paired them up with another player. So he got like a big brother or whatever from the football team. And he thought that was really cool.
So, yeah, that was awesome. That was a fun 3 days. That is, our staff did a great job, the community, but that's also a time when you can kind of see our kids, the kids that we coach, the high school kids. I mean, they're just great with young kids. They enjoy it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you would tell high school kids, all right, I want y'all to help us with the kiddie camp. And they would roll their eyes and they'd be like, all right, whatever, No, our kids had a blast, you know what I mean? And
that's cool.
It's just cool to see. I mean, it's really cool to see, like, because then I get to see my boys be kids too. You know what I mean? They get to run around and joke around and have fun, and it's kind of cool to see them too. So yeah, it was a great week. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so my son's going into high school. He's going to be a 9th grader this year. And that was the main thing that I've heard. Like that was what me and my wife were kind of taken back with, is that these kids, like the cross country kids, so that's what he's into. Cross country kids are just like the nicest boys, like, and girls probably, that I don't know. We weren't expecting everybody to be so nice at the high school. And then it was the same way with the football team. And, Sam was like, oh, everybody was super cool. They were all nice to the kids. And that's great.
It's great.
Dunwoody's a special place.
It is. My son's a rising sophomore now. So last year is his first year here. He grew up, me and his mom are split up. So she's a teacher up in the Cartersville area. So he went to K through 8th up there. And then he moved here last year, and it was such a seamless transition, you know what I mean? And he probably has more friends off the team than he does on the team now, just because of the type of place Dunwoody is.
Which is odd.
It's just like myself and even my ex-wife, are just so ecstatic of the experience he's had at Dunwoody. And so that's just another example of what you're referring to right there. So
yeah, it's great. Well, what do you guys do during the summertime? Are you doing 2-a-days now? I don't even know what that term really means, but what's your summer like?
We basically have 4 weeks in June and 4 weeks in July, where we go Monday through Thursday, 8 to 11. So we have a couple like 7-on-7 scrimmages more or less mixed in there, where we go against other teams and just throw against them. But we're pretty much together Monday through Thursday, excuse me. And then that last week in July is our 2-a-day week, kind of like the old, can't do it back like all the time. GHSA kind of puts clamps on how much you can do, but yeah, that will be our traditional 2-a-days where we get the pads on and, start to play real football. So
there's, I feel like there's not, with every sport, you're not allowed to do that, right? I know that my son, like the cross country runs are run by the seniors and the juniors because coach can't be involved. And I know the soccer, growing up, soccer was kind of the same way as football. I guess you get right into football as the school year starts. So it's probably special in that way, right?
Right. You do. It seems like every sport, and I'm not 100% on specifics, but has June or July when you can have that instructional time with your coaches. Then football, we have June and July. So I would think like with cross country, for example, start in July is when their coach will be involved. You know what I mean? And like basketball, our
That makes
players are
sense.
really our players are really involved with their school team in June, but then in July is when basketball players can play like their AAU and stuff like that. So I think like, the other sports are one or the other, where football we get to go, the whole time, which is,
Yeah.
good and also bad sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if you're going to see Sam on the football field. So I've got that. My 10-year-old is, he's kind of a non-contact kid.
Yeah.
He has a tough time getting physical. And so I'm not sure how football is going to work, but he's really into basketball. So you'll probably see us there at some point.
Well, we still have a tough time being physical. So,
Yeah.
our players do. So, yeah. So, but that's great, man. I mean, he'll enjoy Dunwoody. There's no doubt about it. So,
Yeah, we're excited. We've been at private school now since 4th grade, I guess. And I guess Dunwoody's just got such a good name and good, like rapport with all the parents and the kids and stuff, that it seems like I think there's 8 kids from his tiny private school that are coming back to Dunwoody.
there's
And
a
so that's
lot.
great. I love to see public schools. Yeah.
There's a lot. We got
Flourish like
some.
that.
I mean, not to go. We got some coming from other private schools too. A little one right down
Yeah.
the road. We've got like 3 kids coming, from there up to here for football. So, I think
Yeah, let's see
I
that.
think like what you said. I think I mean, just people want to be part of Dunwoody, whether it's for first of all the education, obviously, in the community.
Yeah.
But then I think all of our athletics and programs and stuff like that, we're promoting them good now to where why not just stay at Dunwoody instead of trying to get, you know what I mean, for high school instead of going to
Right.
one of the other privates, So, but yeah, I think we're seeing it all across the board, from middle schoolers coming back and even some high schoolers coming back. So, yeah, it's good.
That's great. I want to give a shout out to all of our Dunwoody 4th of July parade sponsors who we couldn't afford to do the parade without. So it's presented by Dunwoody Homeowners Association and Rough Draft Atlanta, with platinum sponsors IHG. That one's huge. Gold sponsors are City of Dunwoody, Big Play, Dino Woody, and Discover Dunwoody. Silver sponsors are Atlanta Academy, Dunwoody Animal Medical Center, Dunwoody Tavern, Thomas I Group, Cary Arias, Crema, Rotary Club of Dunwoody, United Bank Shares, Tilly Mill Goodyear, and Briggs Vision Group. And broad sponsors are Dunwoody Senior Baseball, Dunwoody World of Beverages, Fun Woody, Joey D's, Karate Atlanta, Village Orthodontics, What's Up Dunwoody, Hollywood Feed, Custom Signs Today, Dunwoody Gallery, Dunwoody Pharmacy, and the Robin Blast Group. These are businesses that are supporting our community, so show them some love.
Good.
That's great. So what's up with the stadium? Are we going to see games at the stadium this year? What's your initial thought? Probably not. Seems like it's getting a little late in the year at this point.
It's getting a little late in the year, if I was a betting man, I'd have gun to my head, I'd say probably not, just because I think there's just things unforeseen, and I'm not at too much liberty to go into specifics, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but
DeKalb County. I'll go into specifics. DeKalb County.
I'll put it this way: we raised enough money, which you would think, that would be the hard part.
That's the most important part.
But again, that just shows a testament of the community. I mean, yeah, we got the big donation everyone talked about, but I mean, the rest is all community and private. It's not corporate. I mean, it's just chinking away at that total by the people of Dunwoody. You know what I mean? So you would think that'd be the hard part, coming up with X amount of $1 million. But now there's just some hoops we have to jump through. But you know what I mean? Maybe a silver lining if we take our time and do it all 100% right instead of rushing it and keeping adding on.
Yeah.
Long term, it'll probably, hopefully it'll be better. So yeah, that's
going to really add some. That's going to add a lot of excitement to the football field. I know it will for you.
I mean, I think, it wasn't. When did we get it? Like September, I believe, is when we said, all right, we're getting it done. So we haven't really talked since then. And I mean, it's going to just be a game changer. It's just such a game changer, man. I mean, I remember as Coach Nash's, that was his dream. He wanted to see kids walk to the football game. You know what I mean? That's what Mike wanted. He that was it. Wasn't wins, losses, scoreboard, anything fancy. Like he wanted to see Dunwoody kids walk into the game. That was just something he always talked about. And I mean, we're close to making that happen. So
almost there. Yeah, almost there. What were some of your favorite moments from last year? I was at the Golden Spike game. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
What you guys accomplish last year that you thought you might not?
Um, I mean, I think as far as record wise and where we ended in the region, I mean, I think it was pretty much where we are supposed to be. And, if that makes sense as far as like what our
Yeah,
goals were,
first year.
yeah, we finished third in the region. We came down to the last game, Shiloh, whether we would have been second or third. So we could have had the first home playoff game in like 20 years, and that was kind of like a penciled in goal. But
Yeah,
yeah, we lost that game. Shiloh played better than us. We made more mistakes. Crap happens. But the
yeah.
Golden Spike,
That's where
obviously,
Coach Nash was from.
it was. Yeah, it was.
Wasn't
So
Yeah, that's
the
a
Shiloh
didn't put
guy.
that
Yeah,
together until right
yeah,
now.
he's a Shiloh guy.
I'm from that area, so I know.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, the Chamblee win was huge. You know what I mean? I mean, we were on. It was the Hall of Fame game, so we were on statewide TV for that. And we
yeah,
played really well. You know what I mean? We played we played really
yeah.
well that night. So that
What it
was
looked
the
like.
big one. What's that?
That's
Yeah,
what it looked like
yeah,
from the stands. Yeah, it was
we played well that
yeah,
night. I mean, there's just a lot. I mean, it wasn't like a high moment, but going through Coach Nash, it definitely wasn't a highlight, but we did it as a group, and I mean, you know what I mean? 100 of us,
yeah,
went through that together, and you know, unfortunately, of course, unfortunately, but like there's a bond that kind of built through that too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so that definitely wasn't my favorite moment, but it was just something that this team kind of went through that also made it a little special when you're looking back at it. So,
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, and I keep kind of putting my foot in my mouth too. But his death was just amazing. Like seeing the community, seeing all of your players. You're talking about seeing like the personal side of them at camp, but having those guys stand up on stage and like talking about their coach, it was really cool. It was a very powerful funeral, and I love like the timing of his passing was like it was almost just perfect for him. Like maybe that sounds weird, but if you knew him, like he got the stadium, he was the grand marshal of the parade. It was odd timing for the guy.
yeah.
But I love seeing all of this in memory of him.
Yeah, it's we still talk, it's we'll have a day where we play a Jimmy Buffett playlist at practice, that was his thing. So we'll pull that out every now and
Yeah,
again. The other great thing about Mike,
that's
like we went
great.
to yesterday, we had Georgia Tech 7-on-7 camp, right? There's 22 teams there. I bet coaches from probably 6 teams came up to me and just said how much he meant to them and how much he thought of them and or they thought of
Yeah,
him. And it's like, man, I've never seen a Dunwoody team here without Mike. Just things like and people that I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not like that I
yeah,
knew them too, and they're coming up and say, "Hey, Matt, what's up?" and talking to me, and then bringing up Coach. You know what I mean? No, they were finding
yeah.
me to talk about how
To
much
talk
Mike meant
about.
to them. You know what I mean? And it happened last week too. We went to Athens Academy for the same thing, and I mean, the same exact thing happened. So it always
Yeah,
reminds me though that I got some big shoes to fill. You know what I mean? And in a good
it
way.
does. Yeah,
Again, not about wins and losses at all. I got shoes to fill of what that man meant, to Dunwoody. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
You
mean,
inherited a family for sure.
I did. I did very much so. You're exactly right. Very much so. Now the stepdad just has to get more comfortable and be the dad. You know what I mean? Like the fan, I'm
Yeah,
not like I'm the I'm the stepdad. I gotta come in and make good relationships with everyone. To fix it. So no,
I
it's
love that analogy.
it's a blessing, man. I mean, I don't, we don't have to get too much into it, but yeah, it's every now and
Yeah,
again when I get reminded about the impact that man had, it's good. I mean, I get a little goosebumps every
that's
now and
cool.
again. So yeah.
Um, so parade's coming up. I'm excited about that. Not to put you on the spot, but hopefully your
Uh,
players are going to be able to carry the flag again this year. That's one of my favorite parts of the parade is that giant flag. And I got a buddy to come out last year and take some drone photos. I think I
Yeah,
sent you that
yeah,
photo, but it's great. And
yeah.
I love that. I mean, there's no better people to carry that than the football team, just a
No,
bunch of
they're
hometown boys carrying the
right.
American flag. Can't
Well,
beat
they're
that.
excited. They love it. You know what I mean? And that's another about Dunwoody. I mean, this doesn't happen much anymore. You know what I mean? I know people have
Yeah.
parades and they'll have little festivals, but not like ours. I mean, we know it's the
Yeah.
biggest. I mean, everyone knows that, but it's just special too. You know what I mean? It's unique, and and again, that's the thing. If I was in high school and my coach asked me to do that, I'd be like, God, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
the last thing. And I'm gonna be like, that's the
Plus
last
you're
thing I
1 week
want to do.
off too.
Right? I'd be like, that's the
Yeah.
last thing I want to do. But no, we'll have 50 kids there excited to do it. You know what I mean?
That's
So
great.
yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Love to
So.
hear it. Love to hear it. All right, quick timeout. You thinking about selling your home this year? Probably not. Statistically, like 10% of you are. And if that's you, I would love to be a realtor right now. If that's not you, plug into my What's Up Dunwoody Facebook pages and groups. You can follow Top End ATL on TikTok and Instagram. Let me help keep you informed on what's going on around town. And then when you do need an agent, you know right where to find me. Or maybe you know somebody who would like to move to the area. You can send them some of What's Up Dunwoody stuff and say something like, this guy would be a fun agent to work with, because it's true. I'm actually super fun to work with. And I know this city and I love this city more than the next guy. So if you ever need a real estate question answered, a neighborhood opinion, or just help connecting the dots around Dunwoody, hit me up. And thanks for listening to the podcast. This episode and every episode of the show is brought to you by Discover Dunwoody, Dunwoody's destination marketing organization that is focused on promoting the city, supporting local businesses, and driving visitors here. And if you follow What's Up Dunwoody on social, you've already seen a lot of their stuff. I'm constantly sharing their amazing videos that they put out because, frankly, they're better than I can make. So why not share theirs? The events page on their website is another one of the best resources in the city, and way more people should be using it. It's constantly updated. So bookmark whatsupdunwoody.com/events and look at it once a week, because there's always something fun happening here. You just don't know where to find it. You mentioned the continuity of the coaching staff. What about players? You excited about any players this year? Not to put you on the spot, but if you could identify your favorite players, that would be great.
Yeah, favorite. That's a scary word to use, favorite. Guys who are going to step in big roles. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Bradley Stevens. The game that you're at, the Chamblee game, he had 4 touchdowns that game. He was player of the game. I mean, he's just, we need to stay healthy. It's funny, like, I have end of year meetings, like exit meetings with all the players, as far as going, like at the end of the school year going into the summer. And mine with Bradley was about 2 seconds long. I just looked at him and said, stay healthy. I was like, get out of here. Stay healthy, stay out of trouble. Yeah, stay healthy, stay out of trouble. I was like, I don't need to tell you anything else, Our offensive line is probably going to be the strength of our team, which is great for a high school.
That's good.
Great. We got a senior, 3 seniors, one Grant Pierce. He's one that's getting a lot of Division I offers and looks right now. He's our highest recruited kid right now. Then 2 others, Sam Madison and Josh Gentile, who are going to be, I mean, those 3 on our offensive line are going to really be our stable, up there. But then we got a lot to replace on defense, right? We're replacing 8 starters on defense. So that's
oh wow,
that's a lot, and good players. Yeah, good players in that 8 too. So there's a lot of people are going to have to step up. On defense, we got a young kid, Duke White, who was an all-region player as a sophomore. Who's just going to have to take a bigger role. He's one of the 3 returning. And then I'd say Vincent L. Bader. He's like our senior captain on defense. I mean, those 5 guys I mentioned, plus there's a plethora of others, but those 5 are the ones that stick out that really need to kind of step up for our football team, So
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the best way to keep your quarterback healthy, is have a strong offensive line, right?
Right. We've got a few quarterbacks.
Especially if you're going to have to put up some points.
Right. But I mean, our defense, like, we're talented though, and I know a lot of coaches can say that, but our freshman and sophomore classes are talented. So, a lot of those kids will find their ways on Friday nights and helping us win too. I mean, it's your son's class, our rising freshman class is talented, man. I mean, really talented.
Oh, so really?
Yeah, it'll be a good group. There'll be a good group coming up. So
yeah, and you've built this, or Coach Nash, or the whole, all of Dunwoody has built this like breeding ground for athletes, and I know that those camps and stuff like that are important for that, and just understanding what you're going to see at the high school level. Watch those middle school kids, get to know each other, get to know the coaches. Do you guys spend a lot of time with the younger kids, like middle school age?
We do. I mean, Junior Wildcats. Yeah, when we're leaving the field, Junior Wildcats are getting on the field for practice. So I mean, we're always So I mean, a lot of times we'll hang out there. We won't. Coaches won't really coach because I feel like we'd be stepping on toes. So that makes sense. And our
Right.
junior Wildcat coaches are phenomenal. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll hang around and watch and dap up the kids and things like that.
That's
Attend the
cool.
Junior Wildcat games, which as you know, our Junior Wildcats are phenomenal. I mean, they're ran by our same booster
Yeah.
club. So, I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, we want to attract people, but I think just as important, if not more important at Dunwoody is keeping people home. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
keeping the Dunwoody, the people who played Junior Wildcats, making sure they go to Dunwoody High School and they don't go to one of the other options that our kids have. You know, I mean, so
Right.
I think that almost is more important than attracting kid. You know what I mean? Is we got to keep what we got. You know, I mean, I tell
Yeah.
people Marist has been around for 100 of years. They're never not going to get kids. You know what I mean? Marist is always going to get their kids,
Yeah.
but if we could keep 2 or 3 a year that might normally go to Marist and come to Dunwoody, I mean, that's a win. You know what I mean? That's almost like a recruiting
Yeah.
win. And then you go all over the place. We just keep 1 or 2. You know what I mean? This thing will naturally grow, but like you mentioned, we got to give them a reason to stay. You know what I mean? And I hope kind of some of the things we're
Yeah.
doing will make that, you know, will make that happen. So
Yeah. I think it's working from what it seems like. Well, cool. Well, I guess I'll see you this fall.
yeah,
We'll be at that Chamblee game last year was the very first football game I've ever been to in Dunwoody, and we
okay.
really enjoyed it. And now my son's excited about this year, and so we'll be at a few of the games.
Chamblee will be a good one again. It'll be a fun one again.
Yeah,
So hopefully same result.
that's what you're always looking forward to.
Yeah, hopefully the
Yeah,
same result.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So
My wife went to school at Chamblee, so there's a little
yeah.
bit of family tension too.
Right. I remember you saying, and I mean, their coach, he's one of the coaches, Coach Slank, that basically he's a phone call away. You know what I mean? Like dealing with the
Yeah.
cat, I don't want to say it, dealing with certain things as the head coach, asking, how to get started. So it's a friendly rivalry, but I know he feels the same way at those 3 hours. But you know what I mean? We want to beat each other bad.
No
So
friends.
yeah, so we're saying, I mean, like, there's a lot of crisscross with Dunwoody and Chamblee, like you said, your marriage and a lot of a lot of our players and their friends, so it's that makes it even
Yeah.
kind of more fun to win, But yeah,
Oh, nice. Well, cool. Well, thanks a lot, Matt. Coach,
yeah,
what do kids call you in the hallway when they pass you? Is it just Coach?
they just call
Coach
me
Schmidt?
Kevin.
What are they?
Yeah, but when
Coach?
when an
Yeah.
adult calls me Coach Schmitz, I think it's my dad standing behind me. You know what I mean? I like look behind to see where he's at. So yeah, you just call me Matt. The kid. So a lot of what the kids call
That's
me.
respect from the kids.
Yeah. Well, they call me a lot of other things under their breath, I'm sure, when they turn the corner of the
Yeah.
hallway. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
hearing a bro every once in a while, you're like, all right, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
respect from
unless
them.
it's for my kids. If my three,
Yeah.
if my three call me bro, that's like they'll get the dad look right away. So yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, my kids slip up with their mom and they call, my wife bro. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I know that you're used to saying it, but not with my wife.
Right. Right. Same thing.
Well, cool, man. All right. Well, I'll see you on July 4th and hope I
We'll
see
be there.
everybody listening on July 4th. This is going to be a big parade. 250th year of the country and 50th year of the parade. So it's a special
Oh,
one.
wow. I didn't know that. It's our 50th too.
Yeah.
So it's 2 anniversaries.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.